Megan and Susie are nominated for eviction, but who will win the Golden Power Veto? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. It's day 6 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Curtis is the head of household. He nominated Megan and Susie for eviction. Well, he nominated Maggie. But the Golden Power Veto can still change the nominations. Who will win it? We'll find out shortly. But first of all, I apologize for the video being late today. I was visiting my mother for the weekend, and so got lost track of time and blah, blah, blah. Also, in terms of the group chats, obviously I can't reveal anything that's going on, but my hypothesis, based on what I've seen so far, is that two of the departments are working very well together and very cohesively. Two of the departments are working well, but it seems like it's sort of a forced, almost an act, where I don't really think there's two houses that are actually a cohesive unit. But who knows, and I'm obviously not going to say who, and I'll let you try and figure that out. And I, of course, could be wrong, because I know of at least 3 alliances that cross department lines, and so that would obviously skew what goes on in the departments. Okay, I believe that's everything. There was a lot of talk about cats yesterday in the group chat, which was nice. There also, during the veto competition, the Golden Power Veto competition, usually I'm swamped, so I'm not paying attention to what's going on outside of the competition. But Jack, by accident, pressed the video chat button on Facebook. And Lynn Ferguson, did this every hour on the hour. Was, oops, I fucking pushed it again. And so I thought it was just a mistake. But turns out Jack started a video chat, and then a few other house guests joined in, and before you know it, there were like 7 people on it. And so it ended up being an interesting video chat. So good for them. Okay, now let's get to the Golden Power Veto competition. As you know, it was Big Brother exploding beats. Long story short, black cards are worth nothing. Red cards are worth the value. Jokers, you're out of the game. Jacks are Moe's cards. Black jacks take you back to 0, and red jacks, you can take somebody else back to 0. Okay, let's get to the results. So right off the bat, Susie gets into the lead. She has a score of 24. CJ is next behind her with 14. Megan and Marcin 10. Lynn 8 and Curtis 2. Then one house guest gets a joker. Let's see who it is. Lynn, I'm sorry. You are the first house guest eliminated from this Golden Power Veto competition with an exploding beat. So Lynn is eliminated. Susie still has the lead, and at one point she has... Where is it? At one point she has 25. And then somebody else gets eliminated. Let's see who it is. CJ, I'm sorry. You also got an exploding beat and are eliminated. So CJ is eliminated. So this leaves Susie, Megan, Marcin, and Curtis. Then Susie's lead continues. She goes up to 25, Megan and Marcin 10, Curtis 8. And she told me afterwards that she told her husband she was going to pass because you don't have to play on a card. So she was going to pass, and then she changed her mind and she said play. And this ended up happening. This competition just opened up wide. Susie, you hit a blackjack. The bad news is that means you go down to 0. The good news is you're still in the game, and now Megan and Marcin are tied with a very slim lead. Susie goes from 28 points down to 0 because she hits a blackjack, and now the game opens up wide. So then I believe the next interesting decision, then Susie hits a red jack. And with the red jack...
Now Susie hit a red jack. You can take any other player back to 0.
Susie has to send another player down to 0. Now this is what's interesting. Marcin had 25, Megan had 20. Susie sends Megan, who had 20, back to 0. Her reasoning afterwards was that Megan was the other nominee on the block and she really didn't want Megan to win the veto, because Megan would obviously use it on herself and Marcin maybe would use it on her. But it was interesting that she didn't take the person leading down to 0. Will it pay off? We'll find out. So then, I believe... then unfortunately this happens.
Susie, I'm sorry, you've been eliminated.
Susie hits a joker, she goes back down to 0. So now we've got about 10 cards left, and we have Marcin with 25 points, Curtis has 17, and Megan has 5. And then Marcin hits.
Well, well, well. Marcin, send another player back to 0.
Marcin hits a red jack. He takes Curtis down to 0 because Curtis has 17. So now Marcin has 25, Megan has 5, and Curtis has 0. So the writing was on the wall. What's interesting... Well, let's reveal what happened.
And with that, Marcin, congratulations, you have won the golden power of veto. There wasn't even enough to catch up there for... Well, Curtis got... Actually, if Curtis had gotten these 2 cards, he could have beat you. But anyway, Marcin...
Megan hits a joker, which means... Congratulations, Marcin, you are the winner of the first Golden Power Veto competition of the season. What was interesting was that in the deck, there were 5 cards left, and there was a red king and a red 6 left. So Curtis, if he got those 2 cards, could have still won, but that's just luck of the draw. Marcin, you have until 8 p.m. tonight to privately message me whether or not you're using the Golden Power Veto to save Megan or Susie. Meggie. And then Curtis, I need the name of a replacement nominee and the reason why. Okay. Quick video today. What will happen tomorrow in the Golden Power Veto ceremony? Will Marcin choose to use it to save Megan or Susie from the chopping block? And who would be the replacement nominee? Tuesday, the final 2 nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the first live eviction and head of household competition, where the first house guests will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 4 house, fired from Dunder Mifflin, and lose their shot at the $400 Cheesecake Factory gift card. I'm Andrew Chef Moonbeth. Take care, and we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests.